map are we on?
I guess the Gugs.
Coming at
On
you.
that map. Sweet.
Damn Gugs.
Oh, that's right. I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, you beat the you beat the bone golem and its two snake-like creatures.
That's right. Now I remember.
Okay, Ugar's gone off in the corner. Okay. But yes, last time you found yourself in the middle of a ghoul war camp, and you're there seeking the skull of ghoul royalty.
We are, right? Not them.
You are. They're trying to take back their ancient graveyard that they abandoned.
So if this is it's their own fault here then. Shouldn't have abandoned it.
Yep, and when they did, the Gugs moved in, and they wanted your help to defend this intersection. And there's a chance that you will find the skull of royalty and the mausoleum that's apparently down this hallway.
Great.
And you can see that this corridor does curve around to the left from where you're at.
Before we go on, I'm gonna go ahead and pop heroism on Poppy.
Oh yeah, I need to put up my
Mutagen.
yeah, my mutagen too.
Yeah, honestly, right now would be a good time for any buffs.
Well, I mean, anything that lasts a minute per level or less, it might not be the best idea. Like, I don't know, like, do we have any idea how big this place is?
I'd say it's probably a couple hundred square feet.
I mean, like, how long do we have any idea? Are we expecting to spend, like, the next hour trying to get through this, or is it, like, run into the courtyard ahead, big fight type thing? Like, they want us to storm it? Do we have any idea?
Well, so far, you know, you've met some resistance.
Also, I'm no longer blinded, if you could take that off me.
Oh, I really wanted to leave that on. Take all the fun out of it. You're going to be in a fight really quick.
Unfortunately, I don't know bull strength or anything like that. I know cat's grace. I could use a scroll of it, at least, with mnemonic vestments. Hoppy, are you at your max dex for your armor?
Probably.
What's your dex at?
In general, the score is 15.
Okay, your max dex is going to be technically 3, I think, right now with armor, right?
I think it's 2. Unless that's something else I forgot to change in the course of level.
At level 7 as a fighter, unless you're substituting it for something else, you should go up to At level 3, it goes up to +2. At level 7, +3. At level 11, +4, etc.
Okay, so then, yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, is it really worth using the only mnemonic vestment thing we have for 1 AC on Poppy right now? I'm not sure that's worth using. Let's see.
Yeah, I got a question. The terrain up ahead, what is that, like gravel or swamp? What is that change? Is it just rougher?
That is piles of broken or of bones.
Is there a penalty for moving in it?
Um, in some areas, like let me uncover a little more of the map here.
Screw it, I'm giving myself heroism as well.
In the brighter color areas of bone, that would be difficult terrain. Otherwise, it's normal.
Okay, so for the most part, we're able to move around, just wandering
Right.
through the Google's bones. Okay.
Yeah, the bones actually vary in depth between 1 and 2 feet.
It's a lot of dead people.
Very astute observation. Okay, well, let's proceed forward then. Sith, if I recall correctly, you had bonuses to picking locks and stuff, but not to actually sneaking, right?
Actually, I have a +11 stealth.
The terrain is going to give you a -5 penalty.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going
crunchy
to...
bones. I can see that.
Alright, I'm going to, first of all, if I move up to here, and I try to listen around the corner, do I hear anything up ahead?
Yeah, actually, you do hear crunching of bones. Like, just like you made when you walked up there.
Okay, I'm gonna try to wave Poppy and Sith over and pull out a wand. Alright, are they moving over? I'm gonna use this wand of invisibility on Sith and try to gesture for him to go up ahead and see what he can find. So Seth is now invisible.
Okay, I'm going to make a stealth attempt.
Alright, can we give him the actual invisible effect?
Ah, yeah, there is one, isn't there?
Just humoring me for a second, can you make another stealth roll? I want to see whether it counts this or not. No, okay, well, he gets a plus 20 bonus on stealth while moving with invisible and a plus 40 bonus on stealth while standing still. So that's a 49 stealth roll minus 5, so it's 44 stealth still.
Oh,
So I'm hoping that manages to do it.
I think it's probably going to. He had a what, 49
Yes.
or 44?
44 with a minus 5 penalty.
Had he not been invisible, he would have lost. Okay, Seth, up ahead, you see that the corridor opens up into a much larger room. And it's a large cave, and you see strange stone buildings, and some of them are built into the walls. Looking on the floor, you've got cracked bones of numerous shapes and sizes all over the floor. Some of them are piled into dunes of bones. You see a solid square building jutting from the bones in the center of the plaza, and it's surrounded by a circular wall of gray stone. And to the south, coming towards you, coming towards your direction, you see what you assume to be a gug coming at you.
So it's like a 4-armed ape or something?
that's an ugly spud.
Yeah, it's 4 arms. It's got a mouth, which is part of its head. It is it's a towering menace. It has a horrible vertically aligned mouth and arms that split at the elbows into twin-clawed hands.
Damn, what a horrible menace.
No kidding.
Yeesh. There's, I just see the one.
You just see the one.
Okay, I'm going to sneak back next to Eric and Poppy and very quietly whisper what I see.
So,
Can I
and
make
then
a
again, that's
stealth
its
check?
mouth up top, on the top
Yes.
of its head. Okay, so I'm assuming that when he is describing this to me, like the 4 arms and the vertical mouth that's huge is probably a fairly dead giveaway for me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so do I have my take 10 thing up? I do. Okay, so with a 29 for, I think you said they were an aberration before, is that right?
Yes, they are an aberration.
Okay. So with a 29 for dungeoneering, what do I know about Gugs?
Okay, the first thing you know about Gugs is that
We don't talk about Gugs?
they they do have a 15-foot reach.
Hang on a second. Are they 10 foot or 15 feet?
They are 10 foot.
So they are 10 feet but have a 15-foot reach?
That's what it says.
I think we're about to get gugged.
Okay, but like in my knowledge, that's pretty unusual, right? Because normally you have reach that's equal or less than your size. So are their arms just super long or something?
No, there's really no description on why they have a 15-foot reach. So we'll knock it down to 10 because I thought that was a little strange myself.
I mean, if that's like a special feature of theirs, by all means, just like, wait, is that a typo or?
I think if you pull up that image again of them, you'll see why. I mean, they got those bottom arms hang almost down to the floor. If he's 10 foot tall, those arms are probably 6 or even 7 feet long. So I mean, I could see him extending out that far, but if you want to make it 10, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just see where they're coming from. I mean, that's a.
Here's the only reason why that seems weird to me. Take a look at this. What do you think this is? Just as a guess.
A dwarf?
Well, it's an enormous human, so no, probably not a dwarf.
Well, I just know that's how they draw the dwarves in Pathfinder.
Gotcha. Well, the important thing here is it's a 2 solid tree trunk arms stretching down to almost drag on the ground. So really long arms, right? Just like this thing.
Right.
That's a troll. It is space 10 feet, reach 10 feet. So
okay.
the goat would have to be like above and beyond that, which maybe it is, but even a troll only has 10 feet reach, and it's described as having seriously long arms. It'll be the biggest arms, and we're going to make Mexico pay for the long arms.
Okay. You know that they have a bite attack and 4 claws. They're immune to disease and poison and compression.
And compression?
Yeah, it does say compression.
What the hell is compression?
I guess you can't squeeze them to death.
Oh darn! Poppy. I was gonna say I should use my 7 strength and your, tiny gnome size to make a gug sandwich, but I guess we can't do that now.
Oh darn!
And they have like a blind fight, combat reflexes, lunge, bull rush, etc.
So are they pretty much pure melee attackers? Do they have any kind of special abilities?
No, they are pure melee. Pure natural.
Sick 'em, Poppy. Sick 'em.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out here is if we know this thing has 4 claws and a bite, you said, right?
Yep.
If it might be worth trying to set something up so it's not able to full attack us every round. Does it have any kind of, like, reduction to attacks or anything?
Nope. It does not.
So basically what I'm thinking is, if we know this thing has huge reach, and we know this thing has really bad full attacks, right? Maybe we want to basically try to kite it, and just have Sith, like, not necessarily lob bombs, but lob arrows. Sith, do you have rapid shot?
Let me check.
I mean,
No,
if
I
you
do
don't, then you don't. Okay, then maybe we just say screw it and go all out on it. I don't know. And hope we kill it before it kills us.
If it's straight melee, I think I don't see this as a big problem. It's just a matter of burning it down.
Yeah, well, let's think of it this way, right? Let's say, I don't know, but let's say it does 10 damage per hit or something like that. I mean, that seems probably reasonable at this point. We do more. If it hits on all 5 of those, that basically takes me out of the picture in 1 round. And that's still going to do half of Poppy's health, too. So that gives us like 2 or 3 rounds. That's going to hurt. If that's, and it could easily be doing more than 10 damage. That's a pretty conservative estimate.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I mean that's assuming he gets an attack, he doesn't move. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, is it worth us trying to set this up so that we try to kite it and deny him full attacks? The problem is that you're the only real ranged combatant we have, and you're only getting 2 shots off if I haste you, and not for much damage per shot.
right, with a bow and arrow.
Yeah. Though honestly, I don't know how much more bombs would even be doing than your bow and arrow if I give you haste.
Well, I think a lot. I mean, a bow and arrow, the bow does 1d8 plus 2 or something like that. The bomb does 4d6 plus 4, plus another d6 of acid damage the next round. So, and I have 6 bombs left. That's a significant number of bombs before I would have to switch.
Oh god, do you only have 6 bombs left?
Yeah, 6 bombs. I mean,
that's bad.
Well, but at the same time, though, the bomb I'm attacking against, it's a ranged touch attack. It's not like I'm going against his full armor class.
No, the problem is just you running out. But by this description of the room up ahead, do we think that's the main courtyard they were worried about?
Yes. They wanted you to defend this pass and clear it out. This is only part of the complex that they're after, but this is the only one that concerns you.
Okay, they're only expecting us to get into that room.
Right.
Does it look like any more of these things are going to pop out of the woodwork?
Man, how would we know?
I'm actually going to answer that question. Yes, if it was a full party. No, if not.
Okay, here's an idea. How about Poppy? Let's see. Can we hear it? Is it like moving around in there, or is it just chilling?
Yeah, it was moving towards your direction. It would have heard the sound of combat.
Okay, so it's heading towards us right now.
Yes.
How long do we have until it rounds the corner? Can we tell by listening? How close does it sound like it's getting?
By now, it's getting pretty close.
Okay, if I can, I want to try to cast Vanish on myself really fast. Because I presumably, if I start casting out, it's not going to be able to like get around the corner and attack me before I manage that, right?
Correct. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Vanish on myself, which gives me invisibility for 5 rounds. Let's see. And I'm going to suggest to Poppy that she ready an action and make the thing come to her, and then basically full attack it. And I'm going to try to, like, as soon as I finish casting, unless it's, like, breaking into a run, I'm going to try to, like, move up to there while I'm invisible.
Okay.
And then I'm going to suggesting Steph, like, gets the hell out of dodge to the right. And I'm going to suggest that Poppy basically readies an action to attack it. Basically make it come to her so it can't full attack on its turn. Then she can 5-foot step in and full attack it herself. Am I able to suggest that really fast?
Yes.
Okay, so Seth, are you
Sounds like a
standing there
plan.
still?
I'm sorry, you were talking to me?
Are you still going to stand there in front of Poppy when the thing comes around the corner? Or are you moving the hell to the
No,
right?
that wasn't my plan. I didn't know we were moving right now. So
Yeah, I just suggested that you get, like, over there or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Well, I'm still invisible, right?
Right, but if you're going to start shooting your bow or chucking bombs, you probably don't want to be right next to it if it's about to come around the corner and attack us, which it is.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out the best place. Yeah, I'll go to there. I have to be close enough. My bombs only have a 20-foot range.
You can throw it farther than that, can't you?
Yeah, I can at a penalty, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'll try to stay close enough to provide.
Okay, like, but my knowledge of Gugs, how hard are they to hit with touch attacks? Are they pretty easy or hard?
They're pretty hard.
With touch attacks?
Yes, with touch attacks.
Sounds like with all attacks. All right,
Do I know
got Hero
why?
Lab.
Are
I'm not
they just
afraid to
really
use it.
dexterous or something? Or do they have defensive fields or something? I just didn't expect that for like a big aberration or whatever. Seemed to have a lot of natural armor.
Yeah. They have a armor class of 24. I'm
What's their
sorry.
actual
I'm
touch
sorry.
armor, though?
I'm sorry. I was looking at flat-footed. Touch, yes, they are easy to hit.
Okay, yeah, so you can be further away on the bombs. They're probably going to be terrible at dodging them, especially since you're buffed with other stuff.
So I'll go to there.
Okay. So Poppy, I'm assuming, is just like standing her ground and waiting for it to come around the corner, and I'm waiting to step in and flank it, basically, once it charges forward and attacks Poppy. I'm only invisible for 30 seconds, but you said it's pretty close, right? So I assume it's going to round the corner and probably charge Poppy within 30 seconds.
Yes.
Okay.
So, would you like to roll for initiative? And you're all set up, so I'll just start with the Gug if that's okay.
Okay.
All right.
And 30. And Poppy, he comes around the corner, and as per the plan, he sees you. And he tries to do a bite attack on you. And manages to hit you.
Oh boy.
And you take a little bit of damage.
I'm going to try to shout out once I see this and say, "Hold on, Poppy."
You had a ready to action though, didn't you, Poppy?
I think it was technically more like a delayed action, because the idea was that after he comes
It
at
was
me, I
ideally a
full
ready
attack him.
action if the GM was allowing it, but we rolled for initiative. So if it's possible to have a ready action, yes, that's what Poppy ideally had.
Can I full attack on a ready action?
No,
Or,
that means you still go and you still basically your ready action takes place before its attack just did.
Right.
So you basically get in a free attack, and then you'll still go again before it goes. That's the idea of the ready, and you basically get an extra attack. Which you can... I don't know if it's even worth popping power attack for, but... I'm going to probably try to shout out, "Hold on, everyone," or something like that.
Oh,
that's a good way to start.
absolutely.
That's awesome.
and
Go
then
Poppy. Go
And now
Poppy.
it's your go, Poppy.
Well, technically Poppy would be at initiative 5 right now. So then Sith would go, then I would go, then Poppy goes, then the Gug goes. I mean, I would have shouted out to grab the coin to try to hold on Sith or whatever. If Sith chooses to delay.
I'm throwing a bomb.
I guess it means it's not delaying.
So 1, 2, 3. I can take a 5-foot step to put me in range, and then 20 should hit. Oh, hold on, I forgot to select him. There we go. 20 hits, and then he's going to take. That was shitty.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm invisibly going to move up to here. Actually, that thing moved all the way up there, even with its reach, huh?
Yes.
That's awkward. Oh, crap. Okay, I'm just going to have to take a full move action to get there now rather than a 5-foot step, which screws up my action economy. So I'm going to move to there. Then I'm going to start orating, which would have given your bomb +2 damage, but you didn't want to delay, so that's 2 damage lost.
Oh, I suspect he's got plenty of damage left to take. So
Yeah,
We'll
yes,
get it.
that is exactly the reason why I was concerned about it.
I know, I get it. I'm just saying.
Why don't I have the... Oh, it's probably because you don't have targets locked. That's why I don't have the... Don't untarget everyone. So I move there, do another move action to that. Poppy now counts as flanking as well. And that's all I can do in this turn. I can't cast haste because he moved too far. And I couldn't see Sith if I cast haste from further back.
All right, Poppy, are you gonna crit again?
Crit again, Poppy.
No, but I did get one hit in.
Are you counting the flanking bonus?
No, actually, I am not.
Okay,
I
so I
think
think
we
that'd
got
be
both
both
hits
hits.
Yeah,
All
they
right, that's
both would have
25.
Nice. So we've done like 76 and we're halfway there.
Oh, he is pissed.
Oh boy.
That's a lot of dice.
Let's see, we got 3 hits
Did this
and
motherfucker just crit twice?
No, he hit 4 times and crit once.
yeah, he did crit once.
We can also tell
Well, no,
on a
I meant
meta
he
level that
he
he
rolled
apparently has
two
plus
crit. He
17
rolled two
AB
critical
because that's what an
crits.
automatic hit is. That plus 20. So he has 17 attack on all 5 attacks. That means he only misses me on like a 3.
And let's see, there's the bite.
Oh god. That was
Wait,
the
All right,
crit, I
Poppy.
assume.
let's
I'm
see.
hoping that was the crit.
Okay, I need to negate that damage.
Why?
And because that was not the crit. Okay, we heal Poppy back.
No, Poppy technically has 6 wounds, not 3, because when you negated it, Poppy DR'd 3, so he should be at 6. Alright.
Okay, so he had the crit was on the bite. No. The crit was on claws.
I feel like this is about to suck.
You don't say.
And let's see, he did 4 hits and a crit. So this one is the crit. Not too bad. And 1, 2, 3, And 4.
Ow.
Are you awake yet, Poppy? And he's gonna take a 5-foot step.
Okay, I'm going to take a footstep. And then, did he take his acid damage this round?
Mm-hmm.
So I will toss another bomb. That hits.
Make sure you use the weapon, which you didn't again. So that should have done an extra 3 damage. That didn't do. Actually, I think we're up to 4 damage. That it should. Point blank shot the first time, point blank shot and bard song this time. So I think that should be a total, because you have 4 int modifier, right?
A what modifier?
How much int modifier do you have?
+3.
Okay, so the plus 4 is assuming point blank shot?
Yes, point blank
Okay,
shot.
so it should be another 2 damage on top of that from the bard song. That's why you have to use it as a weapon, not the spell. Otherwise it doesn't count bonuses
right.
like the bard song.
Okay, I applied 2 more damage.
Also, Sith is no longer invisible. Let's technically give him a 2-point bonus to hit. I don't think that really matters if his touch AC is terrible and he has a 30 anyway, but...
Yeah, his touch AC is 10.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to do?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to advance this one. There you go.
Alright, can you move Poppy's token out of the way for a second? Okay, I am going to run over to here as a move action. And that's legal, right?
Yeah, but would that not provoke?
I'm invisible. I'm total concealment.
that's
Unless
right.
you can see invisibility, you can't take attack of opportunities. And I'll shout as I run through Poppy, like, get to his left. And then I'm going to ready an action for Poppy when Poppy is flanking him.
I'm going to.
Because Poppy's actually 5 feet north of that, right?
Yeah, so technically this is a 5-foot step.
You're going there. Okay.
Okay, so that triggers my readied action. So, and sorry, I apologize. Technically, the Bard song should have been maintained. I think I need to fix the buff. That's a free action to do. Okay, so I'm flanking. And I'm technically invisible for this attack, which gives me another small bonus. And, let's see, Bardic, Inspire Courage, Flanking, Heroism, Arcane Strike, that's all active. So with the flanking, I try to stab out and hit him, which I do succeed in doing. Stab him for 13 damage, then Poppy's turn continues.
Well, at least one hit.
Damn it.
Hey!
That's awesome.
And the thing hopefully collapses on the ground. It isn't like an orc with ferocity or something, or Die Hard.
Oh, unfortunately, it falls to the ground.
Whew.
But out of curiosity, I want to know.
He would have killed Poppy in another round of attacks.
I don't think Poppy
And
will.
yes, I would have killed Poppy on the next round of attacks.
Well, except I would only really get madness. I wouldn't officially be dead.
You're just dead to us, Poppy, okay?
And let's see, 1d8. Oh, you would have, gotta love this, you would have become in a fugue state. You would not remember anything. You wouldn't remember your name or your past.
Because we haven't done this already.
You would be reset back to where you were.
So it's basically fugueception.
Absolutely.
So I would just wake up in the asylum again, basically.
No, you would wake up on the ship, but you would have no idea how you got there, who you are, why you're there. You would basically have forgotten everything that happened to you. From
Well,
the
at least I would have the presumably kind people of the crew to explain most of what the fuck is going on.
If you trusted us.
That is true.
So, the gug falls to the ground.
Okay, as it falls to the ground, I try to listen. Do I hear anything else approaching?
No, you do not.
Okay, are we considered out of combat for the moment?
You are out of combat.
Okay.
Are you going to heal Poppy?
Yes. I'm going to try to conserve actual usage of wines and stuff, because I don't know how long it's going to be until we get more. So I'm just going to burn through 4 Cure Light wounds. Actually. And Poppy's down to 3 wounds. Okay, so, and I should not be banished at this point. Alright. So if, I guess none of us are invisible anymore. Sith, you still have the best stealth skills of us. You want to try to peek your head around the corner?
Sure. I will. Those are my skills. Find stealth. Roll that. 20, and I'll slither up to there.
Uh,
Like
you managed to do it quietly enough to not draw the attention of anything. However, you see nothing and you hear nothing out of the ordinary.
Do we hear anything from like the ghouls elsewhere in the complex? Can we hear fighting in the distance or anything?
You can hear, shouts and screams and fighting off in the distance, but nothing close by.
Okay. So I
So I will.
cautiously advanced into the courtyard, hopefully with Poppy and Sith following. Or in front, that would also work.
And in front of you, you see a small squat mausoleum. It's roughly 8 foot square. It sits on a raised dais in the middle of a fountain that has long since dried up and it's now heaped with bones. You see the image of a leering ghoul's face with a long canine snout, and a haughty expression is carved on the stone door to the mausoleum.
I presume this is where we will find our royal skull.
So is this, are there windows to the mausoleum, or is it completely sealed off?
You know, it's got a it actually has let's say right there, there's a doorway access, door access, whatever you'd like to call it on a mausoleum.
I'm trying to figure out if it's like literally just this 20 by 20 thing, or if it's like the entrance to an underground mausoleum.
From what you can tell, you think it's just the 20 by 20 thing.
Okay, Sith, you want to check the door for, anything? There might be something nasty there to discourage intruders. I guess that's a no.
Sorry, who were you asking?
Sith, to check the doors, since she's the guy who's good with
Oh, I'm
locks and
sorry.
chips and highest perception.
I will check the door. What's that -1 on my perception check?
You're a mutagen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. All right. I got a 20.
You're not seeing any traps.
Does the door appear to be locked?
There is a relatively simple lock on it. Eric, I really want to know how to detect magic. You are detecting magic coming from the door.
Okay, is it coming from like an object, or is it coming from a spell field?
A spell field on the door.
Okay, so I believe that means I then use Knowledge Arcana rather than Spellcraft, right? What's a magical aura that's not on an item?
Yeah.
Okay, so with I think it's a 29. With a 29, what am I able to tell about this magical field? Can I tell its type or its spell school or whatever?
Give me just a second. You can tell that its school is necromancy.
Okay, and if, let's see.
That doesn't sound good. Ease it on back. Ease it back. Gonna hide behind Poppy.
Okay, so 15 plus spell level allows me to identify the spell school, and 20 plus spell level allows me to identify a spell effect that's in place. Which means, in theory, with the 29, I should be able to identify anything that's a level 9 spell or less, in terms of the spell effect that's in place.
You identify a level 1 chill touch spell.
I'm assuming this is like it does cold damage if you hit it or something.
Yeah. Each touch channels negative energy that deals 1 to 6 points of damage. However, this has been slightly modified to affect undead or living as well.
Okay, so do I basically have to just trigger it, or is there another entry point that we can see? I mean, ability drain or even damage, right, doesn't actually make a difference, even if it drains our strength or con or whatever, right? Because when we go to the waking world, it's erased. If I understand correctly.
Yes.
If touching it, what kind of? You said it does like some harmful living. Is there any like drain effect or damage effect with it?
With your roll, yes, it is a level 1 spell. However, it is a caster level 10. It does 1d6 negative energy damage plus 1 strength damage per touch. Making a fortitude save negates the strength. Undead flee as if they were panicked for 1 to 14 rounds.
Okay, so what does the higher caster level mean here? Because normally this is something, looking at the spell description, you'd cast it, and then it allows you to use that touch attack like 10 times basically. So what does that mean if it's as a trap or something?
When it's triggered, 2 blue, glowing, long-fingered hands reach out from the door, and their fingers rake across you. This is a variant. Normally, this type of attack would attack 1 finger per round for 10 rounds. However, this one makes all 10 attacks at once.
And it's just literally. So it has to do a touch attack, or is it auto hit?
It's a +9 touch.
Unless someone has a better idea, the best bet here might just be have Poppy tank it.
So what do I do? Just poke the door?
Basically.
Poke.
And let's see, that is not set up in any shape or form to roll. And it needs. It's doing a touch attack. At +9. Again. Okay, there's an easier way to do this. Okay, let's try this, Poppy. There you are. So that's 1 miss. 2 misses. 3 misses.
Are you rolling touch attacks?
I don't think that's a touch attack. I don't think Poppy has 18 touch AC.
Yeah, not to shoot myself in the foot. My touch AC is like 14.
Also, if it has +9 on its bonus, how can it get a 5?
I think I put it in backwards.
I mean, if Poppy's getting like cover and precise shot bonuses because we're next to Poppy, by all means, that's awesome. But I will not object.
Okay, let's try this again. +9, 1d6. Okay. And that was touch. That's
Oh, thank God, one of them missed.
okay, so that's 8.
That's a lot
I'm
of purple.
counting 9 technically.
It's 9. It's like a baker's 8.
You're all counting 9 hits, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I won't disagree with you. And so that would be 9d6.
Here comes the pain.
Oh yeah.
Not too bad. 25. So these hands just come out and rake through you, and you're filled with all this negative energy. Also, you take 9 points of strength damage.
Because that's something I can totally afford.
But
Well, hey, I thought
make
you
a
said he got a
fortitude
fortitude
save.
save. I'm like, hey. I think technically he gets 9 fortitude saves, doesn't he? Or we just resolve it into 1 for simplicity's sake.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it simple.
Okay.
You managed to not take the strength damage.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, and as I said, there is a simple lock on the door. If Poppy wants to put her boot through it, I will allow it.
Yes, I would like to put my boot through it.
Well, is Sith not okay? Sith can just unlock it, can't he?
Well, if Sith wants to try and unlock it first, then by all means.
I'll try to unlock it. Now that Poppy's taking it in the shorts. That'd be a disabled device, is that right? I believe I unlocked it.
Yes, sir. You most certainly did, because
I unlocked the hell out of it. Boom.
In fact, you just walked up and you gave it the look, and it's like, hey, no need for that. I'll just open.
I was Fonzie from Happy Days in the jukebox.
I was actually going to give you a DC 5 on unlocking it, so.
He got it.
Why you gotta step on my moment, man?
Man, that lock trembled out of fear as you approached.
Yeah. So
Don't touch me! I'll unlock!
Don't hurt me, man.
Okay, the door is now unlocked.
What do I see?
Okay, sitting inside the mausoleum, inside
There's
the
5
mausoleum,
Gugs.
sitting upright on a stone throne, you can see Garakim Voust. He is a Lingul prince who was highly regarded.
Is he a dead undead?
He is a dead undead.
Okay.
His flesh rotted away long ago, leaving only his skeleton in these decaying rags.
Eric, you want to do a detect magic on him? See if
Oh,
there's any.
absolutely. Do I detect any magic coming from him?
You do not detect magic coming from him. However, at his side, you do detect magic coming from an object.
Okay. If I guess I'd spellcraft that. With a 22, can I figure out what the object is?
Yes, you can. Give me just a second. Now, send you. Yes. You see this rod that is metal and it's thicker than the other rods, and it's got a flanged ball at one end and 6 stud-like buttons along its length. And you can tell that I'm sure this is probably considered an artifact, but you know that it is a rod of lordly might.
That's just plain awesome. I don't care who you are.
Fucker's worth 70,000 gold.
Too bad we can't take it with us.
Okay, so apparently DC 14 will negates for a hold person. That kind of sucks. Fear is DC 16 partial. That's not exactly amazing. 2d4 damage on a touch attack and cure for the same amount. That's like 5. It's pretty pathetic. So let's see. Normal form, the rod can be used as a +2 light mace. When button 1 is pushed, it becomes a +1 flaming longsword. Button 2 is +4 battle axe, or +3 long spear, or +3 short spear.
But when we step out of the Dreamlands, it's just a stick.
It's not even with us.
Oh, it's
Nothing
a stick.
but a memory.
It's nothing but a dream.
Oh, well, rats.
When button 4 is pushed, you can anchor a spike in stone, and it lengthens anywhere between 5 and 50 feet in a single round.
Does it become any size of weapon that we want?
Are you asking if a gnome can use it?
Yes, like is it a battle axe, or is it a medium battle axe, or a small battle axe, or is it our choice?
I would say it's an adaptable weapon.
Like for 70k, it damn well should be.
Absolutely.
Poppy,
Yes.
Even in the Dreamlands, I'm sure you don't want to give up your gnome with a hammer thing, right?
I don't really care.
I mean, because right now, for your weapon, right, you have weapon focus, weapon specialization, that's it, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
So let me check something. So a small battle axe is 1d6, so it does 2 less damage than your hammer, right? So I think you have 1d10.
My hammer's 1d10.
Yeah, so it does 2 less damage. And then you gain an additional 2 damage with your hammer, so that's your hammer's up 4 damage and 1 AB base. And then if you use the battle axe, you gain 3 AB and 3 damage. So you're basically getting 2 AB in exchange for 1 damage if you two-hand the battle axe, which is technically an improvement overall, I would say. But if you don't want to do that, I understand. And then this long spear, though, or the short spear, small size, it's only a one-handed weapon. Wow. That's really pathetic. I mean, technically speaking, I think you're better off if you use this as a battle axe and just two-hand it, but if you don't want to, like I said, I understand. Not going to be that big of a difference overall.
I mean, if it still had the flaming ability as a battle axe, I'd be more open to it.
Only for the longsword version. I can't use anything but rapiers, or else I'd lose my whole dex to damage fencing grace thing. Our alchemist I don't think even has weapon finesse and is trying to use ranged weapons.
I'd say give it to Ugar, but I don't really think he would want to part with his Vorpal, what the fuck ever it was.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of a better weapon than that.
Well, the problem is first of all, it's a battle axe instead of a great axe. So he's down, I think, a medium battle axe is 1d8, a medium great axe is 1d12.
Yeah.
So he's down 2 damage, and he loses his weapon focus at a minimum. So he's down 1 AB and 2 damage, but then gains 3 AB and 3 damage. So I think it winds up being, 2 AB and 1 damage better, technically, at the cost of his Vorpal ability. So I guess it's
Which has so far been useless anyway.
The problem is that all these comes down to, it's barely an upgrade, is the problematic part. I mean, Poppy, though, I would say that unless setting on objects, Poppy carries it, because if we run into something that has adamantine DR or cold iron or silver or whatever DR, and we need at least a +3 or +4 weapon, Poppy can swap to that.
Well, sure, I can hang on to it.
You're the only one of us who can use it with any kind of competence.
And if you're within 30 feet of a door, you can anchor the base and push button 4, and it can be used to force open doors. at a plus 12 strength modifier.
Oh boy.
But the ladder function is pretty cool because it can bear up to 4,000 pounds, and the wielder can retract the climbing pole by pushing button number 5.
And button 6 it basically makes it a compass, and we know the depth beneath the surface or height above it, which I suppose could be useful in 1 or 2 cases, but...
So it's in the party sheet.
Okay. So we find this rod of lordly might. And I don't detect any other magic around the tomb besides that.
No, you do not.
Okay. Am I able to just like grab the skull off this guy?
Yeah, it takes a little bit of twisting and turning, but
And I try to
eventually.
wave Papa. We're like, no, don't hit it off like a golf ball. You might crush it.
But I've got this new rod.
I'm not here to play golf, Poppy.
Since she's carrying that, would that make her Lady Poppy?
One of the Popettes.
Now I want to go to a driving range and hit some golf balls. God damn it.
This is a +4 golf club.
But you have this canine style skull in your hands now.
So we can mark one item off the list.
Okay, is there anything else we can think of that we would need to stay here for?
No, I say we bugger out before the ghouls come find us asking for more help.
Well, technically speaking, the ghouls promised us the 10 gems, right?
Do we really need those, though?
Wintermute, from my knowledge of the Dreamlands and just things I picked up reading all of Lyle's stuff, does it seem like those 10 emeralds could be used as watering stuff someplace else in the Dreamlands, and thus trying to collect it would be worthwhile?
Anything is possible.
Well, my vote is we go try to find them and get the emeralds and then leave, or gemstones, whatever they were.
Okay.
Okay, are you just gonna carry it? What are you gonna do with the skull?
I assumed I'd like put it in my pack or Poppy's pack or something. Well, actually, that's an interesting point because you basically said they were muttering earlier when we mentioned that.
Can you repeat that?
You mentioned that some of the ghouls were muttering earlier about the ghoul skull thing.
Yes.
We gotta fight our way out, I'll bet. Stupid jerk GM.
The silence is deafening.
Or you can choose to wake up. I'm not saying you have to fight your way out, but
Well, the point is that just choosing to wake up is more difficult. Trying to do it on a whim, right? Is the problem. I mean, maybe, for example, see, I can at least try to go invisible and run and wake up or something.
wow.
Well, then, do you want to go on your own to try and collect
That's
the
what I'm
gems?
thinking, and I can basically go and tell them, we were testing your commitment, we were leaving your ghoul lord in peace or whatever. We wanted to make sure you were willing to sacrifice and try to bluff my way through it.
Eric, since you're not in combat, if you want to wake up, you can do it easily and it would wake the group up.
Right, what I'm saying, though, is that if we go and talk to the ghouls and then they decide to attack us,
Right.
and Sith and Poppy are there, that would be a problem. So I'm going to say that, is it possible to get them to wake up right now and then I go and talk to the ghouls?
They would have to do a DC 25 will.
Okay, well, we have time right now. There's no pressing issues, so can they start trying and we'll see if anything happens? And then before they manage to wake up.
I can't do it. My will save's only +3.
I believe in you.
I'm glad one of us does.
My will save is also only +3.
You
Hang
know
on a
what?
second. Hang on a second.
So it's nice to know you can't wake up in the middle of combat.
I can only give a bonus to skill checks right now, apparently.
So,
But I tell you what, in this case, if you guys want to wake up and leave Eric alone with a bunch of ghouls,
Go for it.
I missed the part of the discussion where what is it you're accomplishing there? I mean, we got the skull and we cleaned out the gug, so they've got their thing back.
They promised us these 10 gemstones or whatever for doing it.
Oh, I see. Okay,
And
yeah.
it's possible that could be used as a bartering tool later on for something.
Okay, yeah, I get it. All right. So, yes, I would like to wake up now and not be in the
Can you link the
dreamland anymore.
Dreamlands excursion thing again?
I'm sorry, what?
Can you link the Dreamlands excursion thing again?
yeah, give me just a second to find it. No, it's a DC 25 concentration.
A character can use her character level plus charisma modifier if she isn't a spellcaster.
Okay. Okay. The DC of this check is reduced by 1 for every 2d6 points of damage you're willing to take as part of returning.
But I'm saying in this context, we just start them trying. Like, what's your charisma, Sith?
My charisma is it's low. It's just 10.
Okay, so you still have like a 15% chance basically per attempt. So, I mean, my vote is that Poppy and Poppy. Don't gnomes have a charisma bonus? Like, what's your charisma at right now? Is it also like 10 or at least 8?
It's 10.
Okay, so basically they have a 15% chance each. It means in like 6 rounds mostly they're probably going to succeed. So can they just start trying, and it's like very good odds within a minute they can get out of here. They could just start rolling if you want, I guess.
We'll just let the time pass and they wake up on board ship.
And to make sure we're not cheating you of like things, so they have an 85% chance to fail, right? So if they try that 10 times, then like they have an over 80% chance of getting out of here within a minute alone. The chance just keeps going up from that. So is that acceptable for you?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so now it's just me here, ready to go try to bluff the hell out of some ghouls.
Yes, eventually you do come and find Wilkins, the leader of the Glug that you talked to earlier. And he informs you that they have successfully retrieved their necropolis.
Excellent. The courtyard is cleared as negotiated.
He's like, I didn't think you boys would make it. Where's everyone else?
They've already returned. I've stayed here to collect the payment we were owed. You didn't think we'd linger, did you?
He looks around and you see a couple of other ghouls join in behind him, and they start arguing amongst themselves, and eventually Wilkins turns back over to you and he tosses you a small bag with containing 10 gemstones, and he goes, a deal is a deal.
Excellent. I'm glad it was mutually beneficial. And I'd turn and walk away unless he tries to stop me.
As you're leaving, he yells out, "Did you find what you were looking for?"
It was a test.
It was a what?
It was a test.
And let's see. I need to add in gemstones.
You might want to elaborate on that whole "it was a test."
Oh, right now, presumably I'm walking away from him. Are they anywhere close? Are they following?
No, but you can tell that a couple of them are still arguing.
Okay, I'm just going to walk away then. And once I'm out of sight, I'm going to try a concentration check. And is that right? That's not right. Well, that's part abilities, right? So that actually is a 25 baseline. So but
You managed to wake up,
first try, woohoo!
and let's see. Nobody is damaged. Okay, however, from casting the spell, there is a backlash that your physical bodies do take. And each one of you, when you wake up,
Each of us or just me? I think I was the only one actually casting it, right?
it's everybody.
Okay.
All of you, I'll take 8 points of damage when you wake up.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So what time is it right now?
Time moves faster in the dreamlands.
Right, so in the real world, what time is it right now?
Let's say it's probably 4 in the morning. You've been gone for a couple hours.
Okay, so I guess unless people object, I mean, I figure we probably just sleep this off. And we just all fall asleep for 6 or 8 hours or whatever.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. And, it's a pleasant night. The boat is docked. You can hear the sounds of crickets and all kinds of animals off along the shoreline. It's a beautiful night. The moon is out. And when you wake up, it's daytime.
Hip hip hurrah.
And guys, really, this might be a good place to stop until we have a full party.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Sounds like something's going to attack the ship.
Now, let's see. I think Poppy rolled last time. Eric, Steph, would one of you all like to? What was it? A D8.
It was a D8.
Oh yes.
And let me pull up story entries and find out where you're going next. One. 3. And we're going to do the Night Hag's Heartstone next.
Oh boy.
Sounds like a party.
That's one way to put it.
Okay, so I guess we're done here.
Is everyone done then?
Yeah, let's call it for tonight, and we'll pick up next week with when Leo's here, and hopefully the new guy.
Works for me.
Okay.
You fellers have a nice week.
You too.
You too.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Shame we only managed to play for like an hour and 10 minutes.